Right. Give me one more minute and let me change this to the present mode. Okay, well, I will go ahead and get started. Can you see my face and the PowerPoint? I always am a little worried that you can't see both. Can someone give me a thumbs up that you can see? The PowerPoint's more important than my face. Yeah? Okay, good, good. Well, hello, I'm Dr. Jessica Parker. I'm the superintendent at Mountain City Christian Academy, and also we represent Little Mountain Movers, the preschool academy. So we'll be talking about both of those today. And really, this is just an opportunity for me to say hello. It's nice to meet you. And if you guys have any questions at the end, I planned a couple of these because there's so much to share. And today is really just a welcome mission, vision, values. I'm going to talk about our organization as a whole, some cool things we have coming up. The next superintendent Zoom is going to be more targeted about money, tuition, discounts. And the next superintendent's corner is going to be focused on programs. But today is really just an overview and for you to get to know me, learn where I've come from and the direction of the school and the organization as a whole. So we'll go ahead and get started. I am very excited to be here at Mountain City Christian Academy and Little Mountain Movers. This is just an incredible school and preschool. And please pardon me if I seem distracted. I'm also letting people in as they're coming in. I'm 25 years of educational experience. I taught in public school. I do have a couple of years of private school experience. I taught my very first year teaching as a second grade teacher and realized it wasn't for me. So I moved up to middle school and I taught there for 5 years. I loved middle school. My subjects were English, history. I taught American Sign Language. I taught writing. I did counseling. Then I moved up to high school and I taught there. I was in Dallas, Texas for about 15 years. Loved high school, taught at Mesquite High School, which is a suburb of Dallas. And then my husband and I and our whole family moved up to Alaska about 15 years ago. And I taught at East High School for 10 years. And I was very involved in the deaf community there. My father's deaf. I know sign language. And so I taught English and various subjects for deaf education and also taught ASL as a foreign language. And then after that, so that was about 20 years of teaching. I became principal of a family partnership charter school, and I served there for 4 years and loved my time there. So a lot of public school experience. And then I came here to Mountain City Christian Academy and Little Mountain Movers. So I've been here since August as a superintendent, and I am loving it. It's just an incredible Christ-centered place, and we are moving and shaking here. And I feel very like a quarterback on a winning team. I don't even know how I got here. So it's just really, really exciting to be here at this time, especially with Mountain City and the name change. So we've been Mountain City for 50 years, or excuse me, Anchorage Christian School and Anchorage Baptist Temple for 50 years. And the name change just happened in 2023. And so we have a name change. We have a new superintendent, just a lot of dynamic and exciting things happening here. So I am thrilled to be here. And why did I come here? I love the freedom of Christian private school education. I love school choice. I'm a big proponent of options for families. And it is just a complete alignment of my own personal values being here. I just feel very free that I can we pray all the time, and we really Christ-centered is at the heart of all of our decision-making and our goals. And that is special. There's just no place like it. And that's why I'm here. So let's go to the next slide, and I'll talk to you about our mission, vision, and values. So our mission is, you've heard me say it a couple times, and you'll hear me say it again and again, is to create and develop Christ-centered world changers. We're very missionally minded here. And so it's not just about the Anchorage community, although we're very, very driven and investing in our community. We are hoping to invest in our youth here so that they can become world changers out there. So that is, when you walk in, you see it in the secondary lobby. You'll see Christ-centered world changers on this awesome marble wall. And then if you come in the elementary office, you'll see painted on our wall, Christ-centered world changers. So it really is just on every flyer and every mission. It's in the heart of our decisions and how our heart is guiding everything that we do here, and also at our preschool as well. Our vision is, our ultimate God-given vision is to be an organization where biblical disciples of Jesus are forged and equipped. We have this thing that we say here, and it's capture, inspire, equipped. And we want to capture our kids' attention and inspire them, but ultimately we really want to equip them to send them out into the world. So we're a place where world changers are born. Our vision is that through us, education would become the catalyst for world transformation. And our core values are Christ-likeness, excellence, innovation, connection, teamwork, trust, and people. And if you go on our website, you'll see a picture of this little student, and you'll see all of these various core values. And if you click on them, they'll expand and tell you and explain to you what is behind each of those values. We spent a lot of time when we did the name change, we wanted to honor the incredibly strong tradition here. We're the second oldest private school in Anchorage. I wish we could say we're the oldest, but we've been around a long time, and we treasure and honor that incredible foundation that we have had. And so we were looking through, what have we valued over the years, and how do we want to share that with our students in our community? And we came up with these core values. So we have a school calendar, and we talk about each of these values, and we explain to our students about what these values mean. So we don't just talk the talk, we do walk the walk, and we want to really instill these values into our staff, into our students, and into our community. So the mission is very, very important to everything that we do. Here is our core values. And we are a preschool and a K through 12 school. So what makes us special is we are one of only 3 infant care programs in all of Anchorage. So 6 weeks all the way to 5 years old, and then they hopefully join us here at Mountain City Christian Academy, where we take them kindergarten to high school, to 12th grade, to graduation. We're also the only private school that offers dual enrollment. So it's even high school and beyond. So our students have an opportunity to take classes that can earn credit for both college and for high school. But let's talk about the daycare for a little bit, because we've got a lot of exciting things. Our daycare has been around forever. The name changes impacted them as well, Little Mountain Movers Academy. And we are currently seeking a capacity increase. So I don't know if you've seen some of these signs or you've gotten a mailer recently. I presented to the community council. I have an upcoming presentation that I'm giving to the planning and zoning. We are seeking a licensing and a capacity increase to increase our numbers from 1 to 300 students. So we have been at capacity. I'm sure you've heard about the daycare crisis going on, and we have a waiting list of over 80 students, especially in the infant care. There's just, like I said, there's only one of three. There's only 3 infant care licensed facilities. And so we really want to expand our services. We have the space. That's the beautiful thing here. We have lots of space. So we just need staff and permissions from the municipality. So we're seeking that increase. We're hoping to grow incrementally. We don't want to just boom, go to 300 because quality is very important to us. We want to hire staff and make sure that we have the foundations and that our facilities is equipped to handle. But we do plan on increasing from 1 to 200 almost immediately to help bring in all of the people that are on our waiting list and a few others. So that is a big move that we're making here with our daycare. And we are very proud that we have 3 playgrounds. We have just a very warm, welcoming place. It's in a church, so there's a lot of cool facilities that not a lot of people would get, like an auditorium. We have an indoor ball gym. We have 3 gymnasiums, and those are things that our daycare can access. So having increasing our daycare, it's no trouble. We don't have to build anything. We just have to increase the people factor. We're very proud of our rates. They're right here. You can kind of see we are not increasing our rates next year for our infant. That's why our infant through preschool program. That is why we have a waiting list. We want to serve our community and make sure that we are at or below the industry standard. We're not trying to make money through this program. We're trying to serve. And we believe in the mission. We want to guide little steps and inspire faithful hearts. We are a Christian organization, even in our preschool. So you'll hear worship music. You'll see our teachers praying over the little ones. They go to chapel. It's so adorable seeing those littles go to chapel. And we invite parents to come. And we have lots of course, engaging church activities that we invite our little ones to. So very, very proud of our preschool. And we have an amazing director. Her name is Lauren Dowd. I'm not the specific director of Little Mountain Movers. I oversee both of the programs. And she is really busy just working hard at getting this capacity increase and preparing for our influx of little ones, doubling our numbers. So we have about 120 right now. Mountain City Christian Academy is our private school, kindergarten through 12th grade. And there's lots to brag about our school. We are the largest private school in Anchorage. We're the most diverse. We are on the largest property. We have 20 acres, lots of things that I've mentioned before, like the gyms, and we have a cafeteria, and we have a beautiful library. We have this really cool student union center. So we can grow, and we're ready to grow. Our average class size is about 23 students. So very good, close community feel. We're very athletics driven. If you haven't heard, we were even in the news yesterday on ADN. You should check out our article about our amazing girls basketball team. We've gotten a new basketball coach too, both of them, the boys and girls. So this is definitely a year of new leadership and growth. 75% of our students participate in athletics. So we love activities and community and really getting our students engaged in that community. We also keep our tuition rates low on the Mountain City Christian Academy side. We are not raising tuition next year. We are keeping our rates exactly the same, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. And we're also offering a few more discounts. Next week's Zoom is really going to be focused on money. Today, I'm just going to kind of really cover it briefly. But if you are very interested in attending Mountain City, do attend next week's Zoom it's in person. It's an in-person superintendent's corner, and you'll learn all about the details about money. But 20% of our budget is dedicated to providing financial assistance for our families. So we are very serious about serving and making sure that we are a premier private school at cost. We want to make private school Christian education accessible to all. So what are some cool things coming up? Well, I just told you about the daycare expansion increase. That's the biggest news. Also, the growth that we are hoping to anticipate through our Mountain City Christian Academy. Another cool new partnership is we are partnering with Denali Peak. They are a homeschool correspondence program. We know that you have a choice, that families have a choice in which homeschool program that they choose. And many of them love their programs. So parents can continue to work with the homeschool program that they're comfortable with. But what we're offering next school year is a partnership with Denali Peak that makes it easy for families to not have to fill out enrollment paperwork at Denali Peak, turn in work samples, turn in receipts. When you enroll at Mountain City, you immediately are enrolled at Denali Peak. And you're gonna give them permission to access all of the grades, all of the receipts, so you don't have to do any groundwork to process paperwork or meet certain criteria or progress reports or work samples or make the receipts look this way. So I know how cumbersome that can be. So we are trying to streamline the process and allow families to access that allotment, that educational allotment, easy. So that is what we're excited about, is that Denali Peak partnership. More to come on that. And also we're going to be offering part-time kindergarten. So that is new, and we're the only private school that is doing that. We realize that a lot of kids maybe aren't ready for full-time kindergarten, or maybe parents want to homeschool for part of the day. So you will have that option. It's a half a day, and it's 8:15 to 11:15 or 12:15 to 3:15. The difference between part-time kindergarten and full-time kindergarten is the core subjects with no extras. So they'll just get the basics: reading, writing, math, phonics, some penmanship, of course, Bible, but there won't be the art, the music, the recess, the nap time, the snack time, things like that. So that's going to be new. If you know of anyone who is interested, our kindergarten is always our biggest enrollment. So part-time should be a fun addition to our school. And the other thing that we are doing is we are going to have a gala. This is October 11th in 2024. And the goal of this gala is to raise funds mainly for classroom furniture, but there's other things that we're trying to raise money for, like a 15-passenger van, and we're trying to install flooring because we got flooring donated, but we can't afford to get it installed. Just things like that we don't want to come out of our budget, because we made the decision not to raise tuition and offer all of these great discounts that I'm about to tell you about. We are in need of community support. We want to continue to give 20% of our budget back to our families. So in order to do that, we need to raise the funds. And so we're going to have a really fun gala. We've even hired the captain of the Globetrotters to come and just have some fun with our community. So you'll be hearing more about that later. We will be charging tickets, but remember, 100% of the money raised at this event will go towards the school. And that allows us to do things that have been long on our to-do list without digging into our budget, because there's not much room in our budget this year with all these exciting things that we've got going on. So let's talk about money for a minute. This is our tuition rates. They have not changed. They're the exact same as last year or this year. The only thing that's different is the part-time, because that's a new program. So the rates are the same, and families can, of course, apply for financial aid, just like they always have. And 20% of our budget goes directly towards helping those families. And it's basically on a need-based. And not necessarily, we will ask for you to provide your tax returns, but sometimes there's like, yes, I made money last year, but I've lost my job, or I'm going through surgery, or I've lost a provider, a loved one. So we take all of those things into account. We don't want anyone to not come to Mountain City Christian Academy who can't afford it. So we do offer financial aid. We have a sibling discount this year. This is new, and this is to make the burden a little bit easier for our larger families. So you can see the discounts there. It's $880 off tuition for the first sibling, and then a little bit more for the second, the third, the fourth, plus and on. So that is just a way to, we love our large families, and we know how expensive that can be. So we're trying to make it easier for our large families to come our way. We are also offer a Mountain City Church discount. This is not new. We've always done this, but we need to scream it from the steeple, from the rooftops. And so if you go to Mountain City Church and you're an official member, there's an application. And again, I'll be talking about these things in super detail next week. But it's easy. You get $1,000 off per family. And you can stack a lot of these discounts as well. There's a pastoral discount. This is also not new. We've done this. So if you know of a full-time pastor, it doesn't have to be a pastor here at Mountain City Church. It could be a pastor, at Cornerstone, at Rabbit Creek, anywhere, and they're full-time vocational. Then they can get tuition 50% off, and they can stack their discounts too. We love our full-time pastors. We want them to come here. And I know a lot of times they can't, they're on a limited budget, but they still want their kids to receive Christian education. So we've done this for a long, long time. And I would love for more people to take advantage of it and welcome pastors and their children here. What's cool about this is we always benefit. We get these incredible families, and then they end up becoming like the basketball coach or, they love our schools so much. They just have such a servant's heart that they love to get plugged into our school. So it's just beautiful. So tell anybody that you know who is a full-time pastor to consider bringing their kids here. Referral incentive, this is new. It's not a big deal. It's just $250. But when you enroll, there's a place where you can mark down, hey, I was referred by the Johnson family. Then the Johnson family gets $250 per referral per student. And then the new family would get $100 for mentioning them. So that's just a little, we want to share and spread the word out from our current families. Because honestly, the stats say that you could be on radio and give interviews and put your signs on buses, but the number one marketing tool is word of mouth, 60%. So our families are our best testimony. When they're out there sharing about how great our program is, we want to reward that. This is also new, is a preschool incentive. Anyone who currently goes to Little Mountain Movers Academy and they're in the preschool program, the 4-year-olds, if they decide to join our kindergarten, they get $1,000 off for full-time kindergarten and $500 off for part-time kindergarten. So if you know of any 4-year-olds that are currently at Little Mountain Movers Academy, what often ends up happening is those preschoolers go to the public school because it's expensive. So we're hoping that they're already part of our culture and our climate here, and they already know, they'll see the teachers walking down the hall, or they're, the strollers of the little bitty babies. So it's neat to continue that tradition and that legacy of the littles all the way up to high school level. So tell your 4-year-old families, if they're part of Little Mountain Movers, that there is definitely an incentive out there for them to continue on, and maybe even the part-time. That makes it very, very affordable. Okay, community engagement. So something that we're super proud of is how plugged in we are in the community. And that is, of course, because of Mountain City Church. It's just something that they have always done, free community events. They had a fall festival. They had a Christmas spectacular. Wow, that event was free and it was incredible. This church really lights up, like physically and spiritually. If you've ever driven by this place at Christmas and seen it lit up, they are a light to the community. And here's just a few things that the church and the school have going on. So I told you about the planning and zoning. That is February 5th. So you're welcome to come and give testimony to try to inspire the board, the Planning and Zoning Commission, to motion to approve our capacity increase. So that is February 5th at the Lusac Library at 6:30. And then we also have a new parent open house. That is January 30th. There's these cards going around. It talks about also the referral incentive for current families. So that's from 5 to 7, and I'll be giving a presentation about all the cool things that we have to offer, but then they'll also be matched up with a teacher that is grade specific and walk them throughout the campus so that they can get to know the school. So if you know of anyone who's interested, have them come to the January 30th. And if they miss that, we are going to have some Zoom options. And those are the Discover MCCA Zooms. There's February 8th, February 15th, February 22nd, and February 29th. So it's basically every Thursday we'll be having Zooms. It's not quite the same, but it's the best that we can do. And we realize that in person isn't always possible. We're super busy and working parents. I told you about the upcoming Superintendent's Corners. Next week's is in person. I'm going to talk about money. The following week's is Zoom, and we're going to be talking about programs, specifically like AP courses do you offer? What does your course description look like? What electives do you have? What kind of sports do you offer? So we're really going to get into those kinds of details at the February 1st. Homecoming is coming up February 16th. And you don't have to be, a parent or a student here at Mountain City Christian Academy to enjoy homecoming. Basketball is a big deal, and the games are incredible. The first 350 spectators that come to the game get a free t-shirt. So you'll want to make sure that you get in here at that early JV game. And there's just spirit galore. Lots of games and fun, and we'll have, of course, a royal court and some fun events. And Mountain City Church events. So it's not just about the preschool or the school, but it's also about all the great things that are going on in the church. So the church does these great events for the kids, for the middle schoolers, for the youth, for the young adults. Check out their website. They've been passing out this newspaper with all of the events here. Some upcoming things: they have a hide and seek in 2 days for the littles, grades 2 through 5. They have a backyard sports tournament for the youth ministry. That's January 26th in the gymnasiums. And they have a guys' night coming up for the young adults. So the church have a long list of really cool, fun community events that are free. So definitely check out their website and see all the cool things going on with the church. And then, of course, I've already told you about the gala coming up October 11th. It'll be a very formal event with some great entertainment. And the goal is to raise money for mainly classroom furniture. You heard how old we are, 50 years. You should come into our science labs and sit on one of our stools. They're 50 years old as well. So it's about time for us to upgrade all of our furniture. Okay. So I think I've shared everything I want to share as a generic information session. I'm going to turn off the recording and turn off the PowerPoint and really just allow you to ask me questions. Anything that you have, I am here. So give me a minute.